Okay, so hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, it will be a pretty special episode because I'm going to talk about this 8 years old Proton Exora boat. So this car is bought back in 2012 and this particular unit is debuted in 2011. After the CPS Exora have been debuted in about 2007, 2009. So due to the owner's feedback that the CPS Exora is underpowered and the gearbox they are paired with is a 4-speed automatic or a 5-speed manual. So after Proton found out the CPS is underpowered, they quickly re-engineered the Exora from the engine and transmission. So from the 2011 revised version of the Proton Exora, there are actually a new engine introduced, and it is also the first turbocharged engine in Proton's family, which is a 1.6 liter turbocharged Campro CFE engine, which produces 138 horsepower and also 205 Newton meters of torque, and it's paired with a CVT gearbox, which I will show you in the interior. So today I'm going to share with you the owner experience of this 2012 Proton Exora boat, and this car have been traveled around 300,000 kilometers. So let's get straight to the owner experience video. So as you can see of the car condition, you may not see when you are looking at the far back. As you can see, the car condition is pretty good, even though it's around 8 years already. So this color right here is the silver color. There's also the gold color, which is introduced when the revised version of the Proton Exora, which is this unit, debuted, which you does not find in the CPS Exora. So let's start from the exterior. So the exterior, as you can see, this is similar to the newly launched 2019 Proton Exora, which comes with the high Proton system and also the LED DRL. Whereas in this CFE model, which debuted in 2011, it does not have LED DRL, but you get bulb type fog lights. In my opinion, I think fog lights is more useful than LED DRL. As you can see, the Exora still uses a halogen bulb type reflector. As you can see, after 8 years, as you can see, the headlights have been a bit yellowish, so it affects the brightness and also the distance of the headlights. So we often open a fog light for extra distance of the brightness. So in my opinion, I think fog light is more useful than the LED DRL, which is present in the 2017 and also the 2019 Proton Exora model. So in the used car market, this 2011 or 2012 Proton Exora is priced at around 35,000 ringgit Malaysia to 30,000 ringgit Malaysia. So in my opinion, I will tell you my opinion whether is this a good buy over the new modern MPV or SUV made by our Malaysia, such as the Perodua Alza and also the Proton Ertiga. So let's continue our exterior tour. So as I mentioned, you get halogen reflector headlights, and as this is apart from the update version of the 2011 Proton Exora, which the 2007 have a less aggressive looks. To me, I personally prefer that sideburn design. So as you can see, feels pretty modern in that kind of age. As you can see, you get a chrome strip. So this is actually similar to the 2019 Proton Exora Executive, whereas the premium model in 2019 is finished in gloss black. As you can see, you get an old Proton badge instead of the Thundercat or the new design 3D illuminated Proton badge as you found in the 2019 Proton Exora. So at the side, you get a set of 16-inch 5 twin-spoke alloy rims measured in 205, 55, 16-inch. So these tires are pretty comfortable and the rim design are also pretty decently good, but it does not have dual-tone design as you found in the 2019 model, but it's not a bad thing. So as you can see, this bonnet is made out of, as you can see, pretty strong material. So the front fender as well. So So as you can see, you get a front quarter window. So this is pretty useful when you're looking at the right side when you want to corner, because it may have some blind spot. As you can see, the side mirrors are mounted at the door instead of the door pillar right here, as you found in the Perodua Alza. So you get LED signal indicators at the side mirrors. So this is the side profile of the Exora, pretty conventional MPV look. So as you can see, this being a 2012 old car, basically does not get keyless entry or keyless start. Even though you get a 2019, but it still does not get a keyless entry and push start. As you can see, it gets a lot of scratch throughout the year, but the door sounds pretty solid. So one thing I noticed, the old Exora versus the new one, is the doors of the new Exora is relatively light, whereas in the old Exora is relatively heavy. So as you can see, the door closing sound is solid, whereas in the new Exora is rather it's solid, but the sound does not feel as good as this one. And you get a blackout door pillars. So as you can see, it does let you feel a floating roof design. Oh, really strong wind. And this being a bold Exora turbo, as you can see, you get a side skirting and also a rear body kit. So Proton, when they decided to make this turbo CFE Exora, basically they put all their technologies inside this car, which I'll show you in the interior. So for the exterior, one thing good about the Exora compared to other competitor is you actually get 4-round disc brake, whereas in the 2000 era, the Toyota Avanza, the Nissan Grand Livina still uses drum brakes. The suspension comprises front McPherson struts, rear torsion beam. But after the Proton ride and handling, even though it's a torsion beam, but the handling of the Proton Exora is relatively good. So for the rear, as you can see, you get vertical tail lights. They are finished in LED. So as you can see, this tail light actually have smoke effect, which compared to the 2007 is the red tail light unit. I personally prefer this kind of design. It does feel more sporty. And as you can see, you get a reverse camera. So we did swap the new camera because the old camera is rather low res. And as you can see, you get a chrome bar right here, and this signifies the engine, 1.6 liter CFE turbo Exora Bold. You get 2 reverse sensors for the rear, and also the rear spoiler for the 2012 Proton Exora. Okay, so let's get inside the car. So before we stay inside the car, I would like to show you the keys. So this key is standard from 2007 until 2019, the current Exora. So as you can see, the key, you have lock, unlock and a panic button. So let's get inside the car. As you can see, it gets leather upholstery together with this brown patterns for the 2011 Proton Exora Bold. And you get your seat height adjustment, seat back and seat position. That lever is located right there. So let's start the car. It's relatively hot outside. So let me show you the mileage. As you can see, 309,211 kilometers so far. So let's start from the door cut. So as you can see, you get a rather thin leather wrap, but as you can see, the stitching are actually real. As you can see, they are not the plastic molding as you found in the Toyota Vios. And this part right here is different, depends of the year of the car. The CPS actually have a fabric, no, I mean leather, but without this brown finishing. In the 2017, they have a different upholstery as well. In a 2019 Exora, they have fabric with the batik kind of patterns. But as you can see, after 8 years, this leather still in a good condition. It does not have any scratch or worn. And as you can see, get a silver door handle instead of chrome. So as you can see, get an automatic down driver side windows only. Okay, it's not a bad thing. And you get a side mirror folding function. But I believe it's the motor of the side, the left side of the side mirrors broke. So as you can see, it does not fold as smooth as this one. So this can be replaced with a relatively cheap replacement cost. This is your electronic side mirror adjustment, central locking, window lock. So as you can see, this window control still being used in the 2019 Proton Exora. So this is your fuse box. It's not a compartment, but you get an open compartment and also the cut slot right here. Down here you get your lever to open up the bonnet and open storage space underneath the steering wheel. So as you can see, you get a relatively simple meter, but it does have multi-information display. So this is your mileage, this is your current gear position, this is your fuel bar, and this is your distance to empty. This is your engine temperature. So you can cycle between the trip by pushing this button. You get a trip A, trip B. When you long press, so you switch to the left side of the multi-information display. So this is your distance to empty, average fuel consumption, instant fuel consumption, elapsed time, and back to your distance to empty. So you get analog dials. Don't expect digital in 2000 era. So this is a ref meter and this is the speedometer. They are very clear and the fonts are decently big. So the materials, don't expect soft touch. They are all hard plastic, but they are quality hard plastic. But this part right here, as you can see, you can notice some of the scratch mark. As you can see. So this is a center layout of the Proton Exora. So the 2007 Proton Exora is actually uses a silver center console, whereas in the 2012 it's using this carbon fiber look-alike center console, whereas in the 2019 Proton Exora it uses a gloss black with a high proton system. And as you can see, you get a digital clock, which you does not get in the 2019 Proton Exora. You can set your time by pressing these two buttons, hour and minutes. Down here you get a pretty simple head unit. It's a Clarion head unit, and it does have 4 speakers, and you can set your bass treble faded by pressing this audio button. And the sound quality of the Proton Exora is really good in my opinion, which compared to other rivals such as the Perodua Alza and also the Perodua Arus. So down here, it does not get an electronic stability control as you found in the 2017 minor change Exora. And this is your rear defrost, panic emergency signal indicators, and also a front fog lights. Only the 2017 model onwards you get rear fog lights. Down here you get a pretty simple air conditioning control. So this is your fan speed, temperature, and different modes. There are only 3 modes. I wonder why they make a hole right there, because it does not found any front defrost button, because this is for your rear defrost. So this is your recirculation and air conditioning. So to shift into reverse, you still get a gated shifter. And as you can see, the reverse camera is mounted on the rear view mirror, just like the 2016 Proton Saga Premium. and you get a low gear selection. And as you can see from this color of the gears, this gear P, R, and D, and L letters, for the 2019 model onward, these are all in white letters. And you lose out this step 6-speed automatic transmission, which control via the ECU unit. So this is punch CVT. So you will expect some lag when you are moving from standstill, but it does help a bit for the fuel consumption of the Proton Exora. So now it can be managed to go 600 meters when the fuel bar is full, because now I'm starting the car, so it may affect the fuel consumption of the car. And down here you get a pretty practical center layout. You get some storage right there. And in a 2019 model, this is 2 USB ports. You get your 2 cup holders. They are relatively big. You can store this 500 ml plastic water bottle. And this is your 12 volts charging port, and also some compartments. This is your electronic handbrake, and also you get 2 center armrests for the front seats. But the base model of the Exora does not equip with. Do note that. So you get these 2 cup holders for the rear passenger, and that's about it. And this is your steering controls. This is your Bluetooth telephone, volume up, volume down. As you can see, the colors have been gone because it have been scratched over times. And this is your different modes, SIG track, and this is your cruise control settings. So let's get to the rear seats. Okay, so if you don't know how to fold the seat, there is also an instruction at the side. So lock the doors. So you can actually recline the seat in a big angle by pulling this lever as well. As you can see, this is the more upright sitting position. This is the more lean sitting position. As you can see, you have almost, as you can see, this gap of the seat leaning angle, so it's quite comfortable in long journeys. But if you were to sit 7 person inside the car comfortably, you may need to adjust your rear seat back in this angle. And as you can see, you get a center armrest, but without 2 cup holders. The 2 cup holders is actually located right here, and the center tunnel is not as tall, so you can sit at the middle pretty comfortable. And you get a pretty old school roof mounted television. This is not present in the 2019 Proton Exora, but this is pretty useful when you have kids. You can always put your CD. But in this kind of age, I think this is probably useless because there are not many shops out there still sells CD. And you get an auxiliary, aux jack, headphone jack, and you get a rear aircon vent, which you does not found in the Perodua Alza. And you get an individual rear blower. This is your fan speed. You get 4 speed and front seat pocket, and you get 2 door bins at the side, so it's rather practical. And get a rear dimming light as well. So let's demonstrate the third row seat. Now we're going to show you the leg room. So this seat cannot be adjusted front or backward, so this is fixed. And I get pretty spacious leg room, and as you can see, more than enough headroom. So let's get to the third row seat. So to fold the third row seat up, you need to first open the boot and pull this strap right here. So you can also adjust the angle by pulling this as well. So you get a decent amount of boot space is similar to the Perodua Alza, but the Perodua Arus is definitely bigger than that. And right here you get your emergency kit, jumper cables, and your tire jack. You get a lights. And one thing that 2019 Proton Exora have cut cost is this 12 volt power outlet, which is present on the 2011 Proton Exora unit. So let me fold down two seats at the same time. So the rear seat. So this third row seat can be split 50-50, whereas in the middle row you can split 60-40. Let's go get up by this way. Okay, to tumble the center seat, first locate this lever. Okay, you may go inside the car pretty easily. Okay, I may go inside here. Okay, so as you can see, I get almost nothing thigh support, but it's definitely bigger than the Perodua Alza and also the Perodua Arus. And I think Honda BRV is similar to this, but in my opinion I would prefer the Exora sitting position. It's pretty comfortable, even though my feet is touch the middle seat. But as you can see, the rear seats are decently thick, so I get enough support for my back. You still get these two brown patterns, and at the side you get a cup holders and compartments, so you don't need to snatch the compartment. So one for each side, and you also get individual aircon vents, and the visibility to from the third row seat is actually excellent. So conclusion time of the ownership of this 2012 Proton Exora boat. So if you look at it this way, in these modern days, people, the families have become more, the family members. So in this kind of age, you need an MPV, and you need a decently spacious MPV, but your budget is below 100,000 ringgit Malaysia. So the only choice you have is the Honda BRV, Nissan Grand Livina, Proton Exora, I mean the 2019 model, and also the Perodua Alza. Both Perodua Alza and Perodua Arus have a relatively spacious interior, but their engines are relatively underpowered compared to the Proton Exora. Sure, you can consider the Nissan Grand Livina and also the Honda BRV. But the Nissan Grand Livina you only can get in second-hand market. So the second-hand market value is around 50,000 ringgit Malaysia. So it's actually rather expensive, and the rear seat of the Grand Livina, because of its wagon look-alike body size, so the rear is actually quite cramped, especially the third row seat. And you can also consider the Perodua Alza, which is is smaller than the Proton Exora, but the Perodua Alza practicality is rather good compared to the Perodua Arus, which has a leather frame platform. And okay, you have two choices, Perodua Alza or Proton Exora. So in the second-hand market, actually Perodua Alza is more expensive than the Proton Exora because of the brand image and also the reliability and also the trustworthy brand for most Malaysians. So the Proton Exora from this 2011 model is price tag at around 25,000 ringgit Malaysia to around, let's say, 40,000 ringgit Malaysia. So for this kind of price tag, you get this kind of size of vehicle. I think it's a good bargain. Plus you get a Proton ride and handling and also the turbocharged engine. So because the Proton Exora is positioned at the C segment MPV, that means it competes against the Nissan Serena and also the Kia Grand Carnival. But I think the Grand Carnival is a full-size MPV, but both two of their cars is price tag more than 100,000 ringgit Malaysia. So the only safe choice, and also you get a good bargain, and also you get an excellent practicality, and you get to sit 7 people comfortably, and also you get a decently powerful engine. I think the Proton Exora is the only choice, the only good and big MPV in our Malaysia market. So if you want to buy the Proton Exora, definitely look for the high spec which comes with the let's say, okay, this cruise control settings. It will make your long journey trip more comfortable and not so tiring. So yeah, this is my ownership experience of this 2012 Proton Exora. So if you have any comments, you can also comment down below and let me know. And be sure to subscribe, like and share my videos if you like this kind of ownership experience video. So thank you guys and cheers.